Have you ever noticed how some mornings you wake up and everything just feels right? You're energized, focused, opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere, and people respond to you differently. But then other mornings, you wake up feeling heavy, unmotivated, and it's like the entire universe is working against you. What if I told you that the difference between these two types of days isn't luck or circumstances? It's actually something much more powerful that you have complete control over. Your mind is the most sophisticated technology on this planet. Right now, as you're listening to my words, your brain is firing millions of neurons, creating thoughts that will literally shape your entire day. The thoughts you choose in those first precious moments after waking up actually program your brain and body for everything that follows. Think about that for a second. Today, I'm going to share with you 4 specific morning affirmations that can completely transform your life. Not next week, not next month, but starting right now. These aren't just feel good statements you repeat mindlessly. They are scientifically designed declarations that rewire your neural circuitry and change your energy field at the quantum level. And here's what's really fascinating. The fourth affirmation I'll share connects to something even more powerful about manifestation that most people get completely wrong. They're actually working against themselves without realizing it. But more on that in a moment. Let me paint a picture for you. There's a brilliant neuroscientist named Dr. Joe Dispenza who spent years studying people who experienced what he calls spontaneous remissions, individuals who healed from serious illnesses without conventional treatment. What did he discover? These people had one thing in common. They changed their thoughts and emotions so completely that their bodies had no choice but to follow. They literally thought themselves into a new reality. Here's what happens in your brain when you first wake up. You're in what neuroscientists call an alpha state, a relaxed, highly receptive state where your subconscious mind is like wet cement, ready to be molded. Your analytical, critical mind hasn't fully activated yet, which means this is the perfect window to install new programming. Most people completely waste this golden window. They immediately grab their phones, check social media, turn on the news, or start worrying about their to-do list. They flood their receptive brains with stress, fear, and limitation before they've even gotten out of bed. But you're going to do something different. You're going to use this window to install programming that serves your highest potential. Because here's what neuroscience has proven. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's happening in your external world and what you're vividly imagining in your internal world. When you vividly imagine something, your brain releases the same neurochemicals as if it were actually happening. This is why Olympic athletes spend hours mentally rehearsing their performances. This is why successful entrepreneurs visualize their goals. They understand that the brain forms new neural connections based on what you repeatedly focus on. So let's dive into the first powerful affirmation. I am the creator of my destiny. Now, I want you to say this with me. I am the creator of my destiny. Feel those words in your body. This simple statement contains enormous power because it addresses one of the biggest lies most people unconsciously believe, that they are victims of circumstances beyond their control. Think about Oprah Winfrey for a moment. Born into poverty, faced with countless challenges, but she understood something profound. She once said, "The greatest discovery of all time is that a person can change his future by merely changing his attitude." Oprah didn't wait for her circumstances to change. She changed her internal state first, and her external reality followed. Most people live as if they're passengers in their own lives, reacting to whatever happens around them. They're at the mercy of other people's moods, economic conditions, their genetics, their past, everything except their own conscious choices. But quantum physics tells us something remarkable. Consciousness affects matter. Your observations, your attention, your intention, they all influence the physical world around you. You're not just experiencing reality, you're actively creating it through your thoughts, feelings, and belief. When you affirm, "I am the creator of my destiny," you're stepping into the truth of who you really are. You're acknowledging that regardless of what happened yesterday, you have the power to choose differently today. You're declaring that you're not bound by your past, your circumstances, or anyone else's expectations. Here's how to work with this first affirmation. When you wake up, before doing anything else, sit up in bed, close your eyes, and take 3 deep breaths. Then say out loud with conviction, I am the creator of my destiny. Feel the truth of it in your body. Then spend 2 to 3 minutes vividly imagining yourself moving through your day as someone who truly believes this statement. See yourself responding to challenges with calm confidence. See yourself making choices aligned with your highest good. Feel the emotional state of someone who knows they create their reality. In the comments, drop one word that captures the energy you are choosing to carry forward today. Maybe it's power, maybe it's freedom, maybe it's purpose, or maybe it's something uniquely yours. Let that word be a small but profound declaration, a signal you're sending not just to this community, but to the quantum field itself. The second affirmation builds on the first, my energy creates my reality. Everything in the universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies. This isn't esoteric philosophy, it's physics. The chair you're sitting on, the air you're breathing, the thoughts you're thinking, they're all patterns of energy. And energy with similar frequencies tends to attract and resonate with each other. Your emotions are literally energy in motion, emotion. When you feel frustrated, anxious, or fearful, you broadcast that frequency into the quantum field around you, and you attract more experiences that match that frequency. But when you consciously choose to generate feelings of gratitude, joy, and abundance, you broadcast a completely different signal. You become a magnet for experiences, people, and opportunities that resonate with those higher frequencies. Consider Elon Musk. When everyone said electric cars would never work commercially, when rockets kept exploding, when critics called him crazy, he maintained an energy of possibility and innovation. He didn't let external setbacks determine his internal state. That consistent high-frequency energy attracted the right people, the right investments, the right breakthroughs. Most people's energy is reactive and inconsistent. One moment they are hopeful, the next they are disappointed. One moment they are confident, the next they are doubtful. This inconsistent energy creates an inconsistent reality. When you affirm my energy creates my reality, you're acknowledging your power to choose your internal state regardless of external conditions. Here's how to practice with this second affirmation. After working with the first affirmation, take another deep breath and say out loud, my energy creates my reality. Say it with conviction and feel the truth of it. Then ask yourself, what energy do I want to generate today? Maybe it's confidence, maybe it's compassion, maybe it's creativity. Whatever it is, take 2 to 3 minutes to fully embody that energy. Feel it in every cell of your body. Remember times when you naturally felt this way. This practice literally changes your body chemistry and shifts your heart rhythm into coherence. Now, before we explore the third affirmation, I want to share something important with you. If this message is resonating with you, if you're feeling the spark of possibility opening inside you, hit subscribe and the bell icon. Also, join our manifestation club on gogetter.au where we keep raising the energy together. You're stepping into a space where these kinds of awakenings are our foundation, and being part of like-minded manifestors will expand your boundary of belief. The third affirmation addresses one of the most common blocks to manifestation. I am whole and complete right now. This affirmation challenges the unconscious pattern that keeps so many people stuck, the belief that something is missing, that they need something they don't currently have before they can be happy, successful, or at peace. Most people live in a constant state of seeking. They believe they'll be happy when they get the promotion, when they lose the weight, when they find the relationship. This when-then thinking keeps happiness always just out of reach in some imagined future that never actually arrives. Think about the ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle, who understood that happiness is not a destination, it is a way of life. Or consider the Buddha's teachings about the illusion of seeking fulfillment outside ourselves. These weren't just philosophical ideas, they understood the fundamental truth that wholeness is your natural state. When you affirm, I am whole and complete right now, you're not denying your desires for growth and expansion. You're simply shifting from a consciousness of lack to a consciousness of abundance. This shift is crucial because as long as you operate from a sense of lack, you'll keep creating experiences that confirm that lack. Your brain is designed to find evidence for whatever you believe to be true. Here's what's fascinating from a neuroscience perspective. When you believe something is missing, your reticular activating system, the part of your brain that filters information, constantly shows you all the ways you're incomplete. But when you affirm your wholeness, your brain starts looking for evidence of abundance instead. You begin to notice resources, abilities, and opportunities that were always there but were previously invisible. This affirmation also frees you from conditional happiness. Most people have trained their brains to believe, I'll be happy when. But happiness isn't something to be achieved or acquired. It's a skill to be practiced, a choice to be made in each moment. To work with this third affirmation, after the first two, take another deep breath and say out loud, I am whole and complete right now. Feel the truth of this statement in your body. Then spend 2 to 3 minutes experiencing the feeling of wholeness. Notice how your body relaxes when you let go of the idea that something is missing. Feel the sufficiency of this moment. Imagine moving through your day from this place of wholeness rather than lack. Now, here's where things get really interesting. The fourth affirmation is where most people unknowingly sabotage their manifestation efforts, and this connects directly to something crucial I want to explore with you in our next conversation. The fourth affirmation is, I am connected to infinite possibilities. This affirmation addresses the limiting belief that your options are limited, that there are only so many ways to solve a problem or achieve a goal. The reality is that at any given moment, there are far more possibilities available to you than your conscious mind can perceive. Your brain filters reality based on your past experiences and beliefs. It shows you what it expects to see and filters out the rest. When you affirm I am connected to infinite possibilities, you're instructing your brain to expand its filters. You're telling your reticular activating system to be on the lookout for opportunities, solutions, and pathways that might otherwise go unnoticed. This affirmation also reminds you that you are not separate from the creative intelligence of the universe. The same energy that creates galaxies flows through you. The same intelligence that orchestrates the incredible complexity of your body is available to help you navigate your life challenges. Steve Jobs understood this principle. He often spoke about connecting the dots and trusting that somehow the path would reveal itself. He didn't try to control exactly how things would work out. Instead, he stayed open to unexpected pathways and solutions that his analytical mind could never have produced. To work with this fourth affirmation, after the first three, take another deep breath and say out loud, I am connected to infinite possibilities. Feel the expansiveness of the statement. Then spend 2 to 3 minutes contemplating a situation where you felt stuck. From your new state of connection to infinite possibilities, ask yourself, what opportunities might exist here that I haven't noticed before? But here's what I've discovered after working with thousands of people on their manifestation journey, and this is crucial. There's something about the way most people approach manifestation that actually pushes their desires away from them. They're trying too hard, forcing, struggling, and creating resistance without realizing it. They think manifestation is about doing more, wanting more, visualizing harder. But what if I told you that everything you want to manifest is already yours? What if the secret isn't in trying harder, but in relaxing into what's already there? This is exactly what we're going to explore deeply in our next conversation. I'm going to show you why your struggle might be the very thing blocking your manifestations, and how to shift from effort to effortlessness, from trying to receiving. It's a complete paradigm shift that will change everything about how you approach creating your reality. In the comments, share one thing you truly want to manifest right now and why it's important to you. Be honest, be authentic. I'm reading every single comment, and your vulnerability might just inspire someone else to believe in their own possibilities. Now, let's talk about integrating these 4 affirmations into your morning routine so they become a consistent part of your life rather than just a one-time inspiration. The key is creating a simple, sustainable practice you can do every single day, even on your busiest mornings. Consistency is far more important than duration. 5 minutes every day will create more lasting change than an hour once a week. Here's a simple process. When you first wake up, before checking your phone or getting out of bed. Sit up with your spine straight. Take 3 deep breaths to center yourself. Then work with each affirmation for 1 to 2 minutes. Start with, I am the creator of my destiny, feeling yourself step into the driver's seat of your life. Move to, my energy creates my reality, choosing the energetic signature you want to broadcast today. Continue with, I am whole and complete right now, feeling the sufficiency of this moment. Finish with, I am connected to infinite possibilities, opening yourself to solutions beyond your current thinking. The entire practice can take as little as 5 to 10 minutes, but those minutes will completely transform the quality of the hours that follow. You're essentially creating a new template for your day, a new set of expectations, a new energy signature. For maximum benefit, protect this morning window. Don't check your phone, watch the news, or engage with other people's energy before completing your practice. Keep a notebook by your bed to write down any insights or inspirations that come during or after your practice. Remember that your brain learns through repetition. The first few times you practice these affirmations, you might not feel much change. That's completely normal. You're installing new neural pathways, and that takes consistency. Trust the process. Even when you don't feel immediate results, changes are happening at levels you may not consciously perceive. This is the compounding effect of consistent practice. Every time you work with these affirmations, you strengthen the corresponding neural pathways in your brain. It's like building a muscle. Each repetition might seem small, but over time they add up to significant strength. Most people underestimate what they can achieve with small, consistent actions. They're looking for dramatic breakthroughs and overnight transformations. But lasting change rarely happens that way. It happens through the accumulated power of daily choices that gradually reshape your brain, your energy field, and ultimately your life circumstances. Think about it this way. If you improve just 1% each day through your morning practice, after a year, you'll be 37 times better, not just 365% better. That's the power of exponential growth through consistency. As you practice these affirmations day after day, you'll begin to notice subtle shifts in how you perceive and respond to life. Challenges that would have triggered stress or fear start to look like opportunities for growth. People and situations that would have drained your energy no longer have the same effect. Possibilities that were always there but invisible to you suddenly become obvious. You'll also notice changes in your body as your thoughts and feelings shift. Your physiology follows suit. Your immune system strengthens, your digestion improves, your sleep deepens, your energy increases. This happens because you're shifting from survival mode with its stress hormones and inflammation to creation mode, where your body's natural healing abilities can function optimally. Remember that transformation isn't linear. You'll have days when these affirmations feel effortless and true, and days when they feel like a struggle. That's part of the process. On difficult days, be gentle with yourself. Don't use the affirmations as another way to judge yourself. Simply notice what's happening without judgment and continue your practice. The beauty of these affirmations is that they work regardless of your current circumstances. You don't need anything external to change before you can benefit from them. You can be the creator of your destiny no matter what's happening around you. Your energy creates your reality regardless of external conditions. You are whole and complete right now, exactly as you are. And you're always connected to infinite possibilities, even in the most challenging situations. But here's what's truly fascinating, and this brings us back to that crucial insight about manifestation I mentioned earlier. Most people practicing affirmations and manifestation techniques are actually creating resistance without knowing it. They're affirming from a place of lack, trying to convince themselves of something they don't really believe, which sends mixed signals to the universe. There's a fundamental difference between affirming what you want to create and recognizing what already exists. There's a difference between trying to manifest something and relaxing into the knowing that it's already yours. This distinction is what separates those who struggle with manifestation from those who seem to effortlessly attract everything they desire. Einstein once said, "A new type of thinking is essential if mankind is to survive and move toward higher levels." The same is true for manifestation. We need to shift from the old paradigm of trying and forcing to a new understanding of receiving and allowing. Ancient wisdom traditions understood this principle long before modern quantum physics proved it scientifically. The Tao Te Ching speaks of Wu Wei, action through non action, achieving by not striving. The Hindu concept of surrender isn't about giving up, but about aligning with the natural flow of the universe rather than fighting against it. When you practice these 4 morning affirmations consistently, something profound begins to happen. You stop affirming from desperation and start affirming from recognition. You're no longer trying to convince yourself of something you hope is true. You're acknowledging what you're beginning to remember is already true. I want you to commit to this practice for the next 30 days. Give yourself the gift of these few minutes each morning. Notice what shifts. Notice what opens up. Notice how differently you move through your day when you've intentionally programmed your brain for possibility rather than limitation. You have within you everything you need to create the life you desire. These affirmations are simply tools to help you access the power that's already there. They're reminders of truths that your higher self already knows, but that your conditioned mind often forgets. When you consistently affirm, I am the creator of my destiny, my energy creates my reality, I am whole and complete right now, and I am connected to infinite possibilities. You align yourself with the creative power of the universe. You step out of unconscious reaction and into conscious creation. You move from being at the effect of life to being the cause of your experiences. Remember, transformation happens in the present moment, not in some distant future. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice. You can unconsciously plug back into the same thoughts, feelings, and energy patterns that created yesterday's reality, or you can consciously choose to install new programming that serves your highest potential. Your life is shaped not by what happens to you, but by the thoughts you think, the feelings you cultivate, and the energy you broadcast. Change those, and you change everything. It really is that simple. Not always easy, but always simple. As you begin this journey with these powerful morning affirmations, remember that you're not just changing your day, you're rewiring your entire nervous system. You're shifting your default mode from survival to creation, from lack to abundance, from limitation to infinite possibility. Make sure you share this video with your loved ones. You could be a blessing in disguise for someone who really needs to hear this message today. Remember, you're not just sharing content, you're spreading the frequency of possibility and empowerment. Now, here's what I really want you to understand, and this is crucial for everything we've discussed today. There's a hidden trap in manifestation that keeps most people stuck in a cycle of wanting and never receiving. They're actually pushing away their desires through the very act of trying to manifest them. They think manifestation is about doing more, wanting harder, visualizing more intensely. But what if the secret isn't in the trying? What if everything you want is already yours, and the key is learning to stop blocking it? In our next video, we're going to explore why your struggle might be the very thing preventing your manifestations from arriving. I'll show you how to shift from effort to effortlessness, from forcing to flowing, from trying to receiving. It's a complete paradigm shift that will revolutionize how you approach creating your reality. The video is ready for you to watch right now. Just click through and discover why everything you desire is already yours and how to finally let it in. Like if you felt this message in your soul, comment what clicked for you today. And remember, you are the creator of your destiny. Your energy creates your reality. You are whole and complete right now. And you are connected to infinite possibilities. Take these truths into your day and watch your life transform. The power was always yours. Now use it consciously, starting with tomorrow morning's practice.